Welcome to Module 7, where we're going to be abstracting the router in our Express API. In the last module, we did the work to set up a Mongo service using Docker Compose. With that work that we finished in the last module, we can start shifting gears slightly and start heading back over to our Node Express API, start doing a little bit more work and writing some code to start moving our API forward and progress it to a point where we can start to be fully functioning and getting it to the point where we had in mind in the beginning of this project. In terms of what we want to try and achieve in this specific module, as I mentioned, we're going to be working back in our API, our Node Express server. So the high level goal for this module is to make sure that we have abstracted our Express router. So the specific things that we want to get done here, we want to remove that ping route from the server.js file that we just used to test our Docker setup. And then we want to begin creating a more extensible, more manageable Express router that is abstracted from that server.js file. And there's two new things we want to introduce into our configuration. That the first one being an API prefix that we can make use of, as well as the ability to define and toggle different high-level API routes on and off just using a simple JavaScript boolean. And then at the end of the module, we want to set up a set of default routes that we can use in our API as a foundation to have a test route and some 405 and 404 methods to catch any traffic that doesn't find any of the other specific routes that we create down the line. So the objectives here are pretty clear, pretty simple stuff in terms of what we want to achieve. However, in order to set this up, it is going to be a bit of a process, so we'll just take one step at a time, and I'm just going to explain it in detail and quite clearly exactly how we're going to approach this. So I'll see you in the next lesson. Cheers for now.